What's up, beer drinkers? How y'all doing this week? Oh, we got a great show for you again this week. We drink and review beers from Wren House Brewing in Phoenix, Arizona, and Oakland United Beerworks out of Oakland, California. A couple of great lagers, actually. So it's a lager show today. And in our beer news, we talk about a brand new style of beer coming out of Utah, of all places. You wouldn't think Utah would be a hotbed of beer invention, but here we are in 2025. I guess anything is possible. And then, of course, we have our cold brew story, where our cold brew list, I should say, my bad, where we run down some of the wildest beer names out there right now. And then, of course, in our Drunken Shenanigans, we talk a little bit about sports and about the upcoming Super Bowl, or the big game, as they like to say. They can't say Super Bowl because it's trademarked. But we talk about that, and then we place our bet, not our bets. We don't do multiple bets. We just did one bet, did a little parlay. You'll find out what we put money on, and yeah, see if we win. We shall see. I can't wait. I know it comes out. We're going to probably record Saturday night, hopefully. If not, Sunday night for sure. That'd be probably better, because then we talk about the game. Otherwise, I mean, all we have to do is just, prognosticate what might happen. But anyway, don't forget to follow us on Untapped and on Instagram. Search Cöld Brüe Podcast. And we got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Got an exciting topic to talk about next week. So follow us on all our socials that we participate in anyway. All right, so without further ado, it's time for another Cold Brew. Coming at your pre-recorder from Cöld Brüe Studios. I am Greg. He is Sorcerer Chromatic, and we're here to talk about beer.
Until next time. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hey, you're a little backwards there.
No, you said it was going to be a short one. What's going on?
You're not supposed to say what I said in pre-production.
Oh, yeah. You said it might be a short one.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, how you doing this week, dude?
I'm doing good. Let's see. I know I shared my Chuck E. Cheese story last week. However, the thing is that that party was actually before my daughter's birthday. So my daughter's birthday actually hit, and yeah, I have a 5-year-old now. So crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's moving quick, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, indeed.
Those first 13 years fly by, bro.
Oh, geez.
I mean, that's all I've gotten so far, so that's why I say that.
Yeah, I get it. No, but yeah, no, good week. It started raining on us this weekend where I live.
Yeah,
a little surprising. Well, not surprising because it is January to February, but I thought it was coming later. Like I thought it was coming next week, but it showed up early. So.
Oh, okay. It didn't dampen the birthday at all?
No, it showed up. Pull back the curtain. It's Friday night. It's the 1st. It showed up yesterday. So the actual birthday was Wednesday. So we're
gotcha. Good. Cool, man. All right. Well, we'll talk a little bit later on during our Drunken Shenanigans, but let's get to some beer, shall we?
Sure.
All right. So today I have in front of me from our good friends out of Phoenix, Arizona, Wren House Brewing Company. I like to call them my first brewery in Arizona because they were my first brewery in Arizona. So I always like going back because I have sentimental value. Plus they brew award-winning beer and just fabulous place and, people there. I have their Valley beer, which is an American lager. Comes in at 4.6 ABV. This one is a great Pilsner. Actually, I don't know if it's a Pils. It's definitely a lager, but it's crisp and it's clean and it's a classic beer and it's really good to go with pretty much anything. If you're into tailgating, nice hearty, rich meal, or even just kicking back with one of the with some friends. So without further ado, pop off. What do you got?
I have from Oakland United Beerworks.
Oh,
I have 7th Street Blues.
Nice.
A West Coast Pilsner. Yeah. So, just kind of going off the website and can, it says aromas of grapefruit, lime, green tea, and white bread, hops, Tahoma, Cascade, Strata, and Comet. Oakland is considered one of the biggest contributors to what was called West Coast Blues. After the Pullman Porters and their families established their homes in Oakland, the city began to flourish, and 7th Street became the entertainment and social center of the community. Big Town Records, owned by Bob Giddens, considered the godfather of Oakland blues, was a recording studio located on 7th and Center Street that churned out top hits. Slim Jenkins' Supper Club was the place to be seen, or was the place to see and be seen, hosting big name acts like B.B. King, Miles Davis, Duke Ellington, and Nat King Cole.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mentioned the hops and the aromas, and it is 5.2% ABV. That's a little bit high, too, for a Pilsner.
It is, yeah.
Much respect to the staff. So, shout out to United Oakland Beerworks, and pop off.
Very nice. Man, speaking of Oakland, like to raise one up for Wayne Shaw. You know who that is, right?
Todd Shaw's big brother?
Yeah. It's unfortunate he got murdered this weekend, right? This past week.
Yeah, this past week, a story came out. He was murdered in a robbery, right? I don't know if it was a home invasion or the exact details. Just, man, a 60-year-old man, and coming out of Oakland, you think he put all the all that street life behind it, or the street,
all those trials and
he'd be
tribulations.
distant for a minute,
Yeah.
Just goes to show, just it's never safe, and I don't think he was targeted for murder, but obviously targeted to rob. Just sad. Just sad and crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was probably one of those where he tried to protect the zone and he got caught up,
Yeah. Unfortunately, Oakland does have a lot of crime rampant in parts of it, and it just I was kind of shocked to even hear that myself. Just he's an older gentleman that just was in a, I don't want to say wrong place, wrong time, because he's from Oakland, but just unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's give a little raise one up for Wayne Shaw.
Word.
All right, so back to my Valley beer. Truth be told, I've had this beer before. It's not the first time I've had it. It's the first time I've had it on the show, though. But it's been around here in Arizona. It's really good, especially during the summer when it's hot. This is one of those light, crisp, refreshing beers that you could, it comes in a 16-ounce can, so I don't know if you can polish a whole 6-pack of it, but 2 or 3, out by the pools, like this is a perfect pool beer. Going off of what I could get from the website, it's made with pure Northern Arizona water, North American Pilsner malt, flaked corn, Czech hops, and our house lager yeast. Is lagered long for that crisp and classic taste you expect. And it has won a silver medal at the GABF. It doesn't list which year, but I know I've talked about it before. It's a great beer. It's a solid beer, man. This is one of those. It's a great sports entertainment, not sports entertainment. Well, even that too. If you watch hey, shout out to the Royal Rumble. I think one of the Usos won, and Charlotte Flair I think won for the women's. But if you're at a sporting event, this is a really good one because it's not going to get you fucked up. You could drink a few of them, or if you're at a tailgate, like I said earlier, around the pool, it's a really good beer, solid. Plus, like I said, it's award winning. So not a lot of those beers out there. Maybe. Coors Banquet beer, that's an award-winning GABF beer, but for, tailgate style of beer. So this one's really good. Awesome. It's got the bready taste. You could taste the corniness in it. I'm not calling it corny, not like that, not in a derogatory way, but it's you could taste that corn. meal in it. It's fucking great. It's a good beer, man. It's solid. I think you really dig it.
Okay, one thing real quick. I hate to do this, but just it tripped me out. I'm reading that the Mavericks traded with the Lakers. Did you hear about that?
Oh, Luka. Yeah, I was going to bring that up later, but yeah, you want to talk about that now? Luka for AD?
Luka for AD. Luka for some street clothes, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess so. I mean, AD's been playing well lately. He shed a few pounds before the season, and he's actually playing well right now. Luka's out. He's been injured. So I don't know.
Oh, see, I didn't know that about Luka, and just I don't know, Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris. I hate the Morris twins.
Yeah, and a Lakers first round 2029, I think.
Yeah, Luka, Keebler, and Morris went from the Mavs to Lakers for Davis, Max Christie.
Oh, there.
Any relation to Doug? And and a 2020. Dude, that's crazy.
Richard. I think he's related to Richard.
Yeah, Richard. Yeah, that's my favorite. Dude, and a 2029 first rounder, man. That's crazy for 4 years from now.
This because they got rid of all their other first rounders just to get fucking AD to begin with.
Yeah, and there's a thing too, like you can't trade consecutive first rounders, so like it's every other one. So that's basically like it's not 4 years from now; it's 2 years from now in NBA math, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that too. There was another trade out there with picks in 2030. I'm like, what the hell are these guys doing, man?
Oh yeah, that's right. It just happened like a little while ago, right? I forgot who it was too, but yeah, you're right. I know.
Oh, I don't even know if it went through. I heard a proposal.
Proposal
that mentioned that. Yeah, Don't quote me on that, but or even like someone proposing an offer, like, oh well, then they would have to go, like a scenario, like a trade scenario proposal.
Well, I mean,
okay.
Yeah, well, we can talk about it later. Go ahead. Yeah. Get back to your beer.
Back to my beer. Okay, if you handed me this beer and didn't tell me what it was, I would have guessed it was kind of like a what do I say? An IPA, but nothing crazy. So up front, you get the aromatic stuff, the West Coast, like it says the grapefruit. Well, I don't know lime, but just the citrusy grapefruitness.
Yeah.
But then you taste it, and it does like a little switch. I'm not talking a crazy, miracle or anything like that, but just the finish. The finish tastes bready. The finish tastes like a lager. So this is completely something I can't really like reference to right away. Mm-hmm. Other than if you told me it was an IPA, I'd say it has a little bit of bitterness enough to make me think it's not a Pilsner. However, it is a Pilsner, and it's got some transformative properties to it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
Yeah, those are some big words. That's kind of like a complex beer, but it sounds very simple at the same time. It's hard to wrap my mind around it. It sounds cool. All right, we will rate our beers later on during our Untapped portion of the show. Don't forget to follow us on Untapped. Search Cöld Brüe Podcast and friend us, and we'll friend you back. But right now, it's time for some beer news. All right, this beer story comes to us from the Salt Lake Tribune. Headline reads, a Utah brewery says it's the first in the U.S. to make a new kind of beer. Now, is this the new trend or something? Remember way back in the day, the Brute IPA? Right before the Hazy IPA the craze took over. But this one comes to us from Colby Peterson, written January 30th. Here it goes. Kitos, Kiitos, Kitos or Kitos in Salt Lake City has produced a new beer that its maker says is the first kind in the U.S. and possibly just the second made in the world. Gluten-free and almost clear when poured into a glass, this beer is made with 100% Fonio, Fonio, an ancient grain native to West Africa. Fonio started appearing in beer only as recently as 2024 when Brooklyn Brewery brewmaster Garrett Oliver brought it into the United States to use in brewing. Hey, you met Garrett Oliver one time, right? At Taplands?
Yeah. In fact, he's still got a like one of those what are they, a tacker or those like beer logo plaques?
Oh, the tin tack?
Yeah, the tacker. Yeah, he autographed one for them. It's on the wall still.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Very prominent spot, yeah.
Let's see. Fonio is cultivated in West Africa and it grows without pesticides, irrigation, or weed killers. Oliver said in a video about the grain. You can cook and eat it the same way you would eat quinoa, rice, or couscous. Have you ever had quinoa?
Oh yeah, I've had quinoa.
It's a little too it's like grainy for me, because it's real small, little grains.
Yeah. So couscous is like that. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I had like this strange like recipe thing where it was like quinoa and wild rice mixed together, and I made it in a rice cooker. I didn't know if that was a good idea as well. So I didn't know if it got hot enough to really fully cook it. Yeah. So it was a little like mealy. I don't know if that's a appropriate term. Like in my experience, I'm sure it's a fine food. I think it was me.
Yeah.
Not being familiar how to prep it.
Yeah, you haven't used it enough or cooked it enough.
Yeah. There you go.
No, I get that. That's probably that was my downfall for the first time I tried it. I gotta try it again because I heard it's really good for you as far as a grain goes. But let me get back to the beer. When Quito's production manager Patrick Bork heard that the Brooklyn brewery was adding Fonio to its beers, he said he had to try a version that was 100% Fonio. Quito's has a special piece of equipment that allows it to brew with alternatives to the typical barley like Fonio, millet, and buckwheat. Ingredients that most breweries just can't handle, Bork said. Excuse me. Called the mash press filter, this device uses high pressure to separate the sweet wort, which becomes beer, from the grain and water mixture during the brewing process, he said. This method is a lot different than just letting gravity separate the liquids from the mass, which is what most breweries do. The Fonio was tricky to brew with, Bork said, and almost resulted in a clogged pipeworks. But Quito's got it done and is now offering this test batch to the public in cans and on draft. What does this new beer taste like? Stephanie Biesecker, executive director of the Utah Brewers Guild, said the Fonio beer has a fruity flavor, but isn't too sweet and is really light and very, very refreshing. I think it would be a perfect beer for summer, Biesecker said. It's not heavy at all. It's not too strong. I think it would be a perfect beer for the people who aren't sure if they like beer yet. Bork said that the Fonio beer has notes of passion fruit, lychee, and white peach that come directly from the grain. No hops were used in the making of this beer. Oh, that's kind of interesting, that part. Try it yourself. Visit Quito Brewing at 608 West, 700 South in the Granary District. Anyway, that sounds interesting. I mean, always looking for alternatives to alternative grain beers for the gluten-free people out there. And plus, I mean, who knows? It might catch on. It might not be the most popular one, but it might have it's got a niche market.
Heard.
So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if any of the beers around here, and it looks kind of cool. It's like, it looks super like clear. Maybe like a slight yellow tint to it, or not even yellow tint, like a straw, like super light, like the palest of. Like if you had like 1,000 gallons of water and drop one drop of yellow food dye in it. And that's about it for right now. I think there's the Brewers Association. Well, it's not them. It's the TTB. So I haven't found any articles about the new beer label laws. So I hope that comes out pretty soon, because I know I talked about that a couple of years ago. I'm still looking. If any of you out there has found an article or sees anything, let me know. Hit me up at on our Instagram. That's the best place to get me. Just search Cöld Brüe Podcast.
There you go.
All right. That's all I have for this week. So you know what that means?
I think I do.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment on Cöld Brüe because it's my favorite segment. It's time for the Cöld Brüe List.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Oh, I mean, Shakespeare said it best. The rose by any other name would smells such as sweet or something like that. I forgot.
Right. Okay, so I have a fun list from well, I'll just say from Vine Pair.
Okay.
Contributor Pete O'Connell.
Hey now.
Yeah, he has a list of the 10 weirdest beer names of all time. Now, we play with beer names specifically when it comes to the Great American Beer Festival, because there's a lot of show-off beer names, but this might be a list of stuff that's more readily available or,
distributed?
Distributed normally. So, without any further ado, there's no list, there's no number, just the list of beers. So, here we go. From Burial Beer Company, I believe they're out of North Carolina. I once left my mind in a Bed-Stuy juice bar.
Ooh, Bed-Stuy, do or die.
Right? Home of the Notorious B.I.G.
Amongst others.
Radio Raheem. Okay.
Right.
Rest in peace. What's his name? Dunn? Michael Dunn? Earl Dunn?
20D Energizers.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. It's a long name. I don't know if a Bed-Stuy juice bar is code for something. But there's like vegetables in a blender and out comes skulls. So that's kind of gruesome graphics there.
Yep.
Then Duclaw Brewing Company.
Yeah,
they're out of Baltimore, right?
I forgot. I know we've had their beer, some of their beer, maybe not the one you're going to talk about, but we've had them on the show before.
Right. This one's called Sour Me Unicorn Farts.
They're out of Bel Air, Maryland, which is probably next to DC.
Right, boy, they filmed the Y.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stringer.
B&B Brewing Company. Next, Evil Genius Brewing Company. I like that name.
All right.
From Philadelphia. They have Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
Oh, that's from The Simpsons, right?
Well, is it?
Yeah, it was like the when the teachers went on strike and they like, hey, somebody pass it on. The board says they're not going to do it. Purple Monkey Dishwasher. Well, and we'll get it back, especially for that remark.
Oh wow! Yeah, I've seen a lot of Simpsons. I don't remember that.
I've watched too many fucking Simpsons.
Oh. Next, Evil Twin Brewing out of New York City. This is called, Hey Dad, did you change the password on our Disney Plus account? My ex-girlfriend is trying to use it and can't get in.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. A little simpish, but hey, it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. That must come from a meme, right? An online meme.
Something. Or just the whole the whole joke about password sharing.
Yeah. Disney finally fucking cracked down on that. They said they weren't, but
they did. Like even like my daughter's profile, I had to enter age and emails, and I'm like, "What are you talking about, man?"
Right? Yeah.
Okay, so next from Gigantic Brewing Company.
Ooh, yeah.
The cat ate my stash and pissed on the Christmas tree.
Hey, when is someone going to come out with a beer? Speaking of stash, a beer called I wonder what Great Dane tastes like.
Oh, there too. All right. Oh, here's one. Gilman Brothers out of Sacramento, California.
Oh, yeah.
They have Intergalactic Dad Pants.
Yeah, all right.
And the can art is a bunch of just like khakis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, how many khakis you got?
The Jim Harbaugh. Remember Jim Harbaugh in his Walmart khakis?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Hey, maybe it's kind of like that whole Einstein thing. Like, why buy fancy clothes? Just wear the same thing and focus on what you're good at.
There you go. Next from other half brewing company, Double Potato Spaghetti Town.
What?
Yeah, Double Potato Spaghetti Town.
That's a crazy name. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, they made a bunch of IPAs named after food items over the years. That's kind of like a play on that.
Oh, that's right. They made that one, the hazy IPA called Broccoli. That one's fucking good because I had it at the Firestone Walker Invitational Beer Festival last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was one of those tents in the dirt, and I remember they had like a pink like podium with the green broccoli all over it. It was really good. Anyway, let's go.
Next, from Vale Brewing Company, I'm Derek Jeter.
What the heck is that reference to?
I don't know. They have like a warped picture of a Jeter on the can too.
Is that like an other guy's thing?
I don't know. I try to read the quick description. I don't see anything.
Oh, okay.
It's claim it's inspired by him.
All right.
Next from Thirsty Planet Brewing. Oh, that's that name. Thirsty Planet Brewing Company.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Where are they at? Austin.
Austin, Massachusetts.
Yes. A hot mess inside a dumpster fire inside a train wreck.
Nice. A bunch of like pejorative reference or like insults and put them together.
And then last on this, from Youngblood Beer Company.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they at? Wisconsin. This one's called the John Wick of Cheeseburgers.
What the fuck? I like John Wick, but I don't get that reference.
Neither do I. Nor why would you associate?
Right.
But also, to dodge copyright, they spelled it J-O-N.
Ah, there you go, brilliant. To get rid of this or to avoid the C and D.
Yes. All right. So that little fun list was this week's list story.
Nice. I mean, yeah, I do like the little bit we got going on for the GABF, and yeah, none of these have ever won an award because I think, or a GABF medal because I think they would have won I forgot what the hell we called them now. Anyway, our Cöld Brüe List Cöld Brüe Awards for the best names. I think they would have won them because some of these are great.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Except the Derek Jeter one. I wasn't a big Derek Jeter fan. I get his greatness and he's Captain Clutch or whatever the fuck they called him, but yeah, who cares? He was all right. He wasn't like he didn't have great numbers.
Did he have over 3,000 though? Or was that A-Rod?
I think it was A-Rod. A-Rod had better hitting numbers than Jeter, but Jeter always showed up during the playoffs. That's what for a franchise, that's what endears your fans to the club, right?
Pretty much.
Anyway, I mean that's why I love Madison Bumgarner, not for his regular season stuff, but that World Series against the Royals. Like I'm forever a fucking fan because of that. All right.
Anyway. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the top dog in the league at that time.
Jesus Christ, he couldn't do anything wrong in that postseason.
Nope.
Especially that series. All right, good list, man. Good list. How's your beer treating
you? Good. Still sipping on it. Yeah, still. Yeah, this taste. It's hoppy up front with the bready finish. I'm digging it.
Very nice. All right, we're gonna rate our beers right now on Untapped. So just search for Cöld Brüe Podcast on Untapped, and you could see what we drink before the show comes out. I remember it was from Oakland, and I know it was a West Coast Pils, but you have to remind me of the brewery and the name of the beer.
It is Oakland United Beerworks.
Oakland United And what was the name of the beer?
7th Street Blues.
Oh, that's
all
right.
Spelled out. All spelled out.
Okay. 7th. Oops. There it is. 7th Street Blues. And what would you like to rate this beer at?
I'm gonna give it a 3.75.
Okay. Very nice. It has an overall rating right now of 3.52. So we're going to check in with 3.75. So we get a little bump. What notes would you like to leave?
Hoppy.
Yeah.
Crisp and bready.
Crisp and bready. Oops. I spelled it wrong and it changed it to greasy. I really spelled it wrong. Save and check in. Very nice to see. No cards. Man, like they took away all the cards, man. What the fuck? Remember we used to get like cards up the ass all the time and I used to complain about it. You know, you don't know what you don't know what you got till it's gone. All right, so I have by Wren House Brewing their Valley beer. I like this one, man. It's really good as far as lager. I'm not the biggest lager guy, you know me. Like I kind of turned into an IPA, a haze head or whatever you want to call it, hophead. But this one's really good, man. I dig it. I'm gonna give it a 4.25. So let me see here. Let me search Wren House Valley. Oh, there it is. It has the overall rating right now of 3.97. Excuse me, no, 3.77. And 8 of our friends have rated it at an average of 3.97. Ali C gave it a 5. Jose A gave it a 3. Not a big fan of that one. Who else? Jose A gave it a 3. Hefe gave it a 3.5. Ulysses B just checked in. We know him for that. Eddie G, my buddy Eddie just checked in. Oh, here we go. Philip Q, excuse me, gave it a 5. But he's a lager guy. Philip, he's the owner of Tap Savvy. Roshim gave it a 3.75, and I'll just do a couple more. And Rachel B, she gave it a 4. And I really I dig Rachel because she's a cicerone and she's fucking very smart about beer. But I'm gonna give it 4.25. Let me go back to the rating check in, and I'm gonna say it is 4.25, and it is crisp and refreshing. A crisp and refreshing pool beer. There's a lot of pools around here, man. Way more than California.
Yeah, they need them to survive.
Per capita, I would say. Maybe not like the total amount, but yeah, per capita, there's way more pools here. Yeah, for some people. I mean, I got a small backyard. I'd like to put a pool in there, but like if I'd have no backyard, I'd nowhere to. Like you would step out of my house from the sliding door and just right into the pool.
There you go. Right to the walk-up bar. I like it.
I know, right? Yeah, that's what I should do is put a pool in and a walk-up bar.
Yeah. And I get the bartender Isaac from the Love Boat.
Oh, I probably even couldn't afford him for an hour.
Solve all your problems.
Yeah, give me a drink and then I could just dump all my problems on him, and he'll come back at me with the right advice.
Yes, and some jetpack humor.
Right. Oh shit. Yeah. So let's get back to the whole Luka thing, man. My phone keeps throwing banners at me from ESPN.com because of this whole thing, like everyone's reaction and everything. And the thing about Luka is because I listened to a lot of I listened to this Bill Simmons podcast, and he wrote the book of basketball, so he's a big basketball head. He's huge, right? And so I learned a lot of basketball from him, and it seems like every year Luka comes into the season out of shape. Like he doesn't do any off season. He plays into shape during the year, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but he's injured right now. He's not playing anyway, and I don't know about that. It might be a good trade because Anthony Davis, he seems to get hurt every year. Although this past offseason, he lost a little bit of weight that would take some poundage off his frame, and he's playing well right now. You know, he's I don't know what his numbers are, but I don't know. This might be a good trade for both sides.
You know, I mean, possibly he's I know you say the weight thing. He, I thought he was bigger. I thought he was taller than he was. He's 6'6". I thought he was more of a center.
I thought he was 6'10".
I guess he's from far.
Really?
No, he's 6'6". At least that's what he's listed as.
Oh, Duca or Luca?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about AD. Yeah, no, yeah, Luca's he's 6'6", but he's big. Like he's big frame.
Like his shoulders are like that. That's what gets me. Like I thought he was built like the dude from Denver. What's his name?
Oh, Jokic.
Yeah, I thought he was built more like that, but no, he's smaller, or at least height wise, he's shorter.
Yeah.
But geez, he was a rookie in 2018, so this is what his 6th, 7th year in the league.
Right. Yeah, and that was the year that I think the Hawks took Trae Young over him, and then he kind of fell into Dallas's lap.
No, he was drafted by the Hawks. There was a trade.
Oh, okay. I knew there was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just interesting that this is happening.
Yeah.
That's crazy too. He's So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is his 7th year in the league, and he's actually going to be 26 at the end of the month. So he's been playing since he was 19.
Oh yeah.
So, although that's a lot of seasons already, he's still got a lot ahead of him. So, this could be like and the Lakers are out of it, right? Are they're a bottom dwelling team?
I'm looking at the stat. It's funny you say that because I'm like, where are both teams at the as far as the playoffs are concerned, and they're the Lakers are 5th right now in the West, so they are in. They don't have to do the play-in, but Dallas is 8th right now, so they're in the play-in tournament.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, there's still a lot of season. They're not even the All-Star break yet.
Yeah, I think right now they are a little past the halfway point. I mean, because they're about like 47 games, and there's 82 games, so they're past the halfway point. But yeah, the All-Star break is like when teams start like really getting anxious about their playoff chances.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the difference between 5, where the Lakers are, and 10 is 4 games right now. So.
Oh yeah, it's really close in the West.
Well, technically 5 because the Lakers have 1 less loss, but
Yeah, but even if you go like as far as down as like 11 and 12, I mean, Golden State's only lost 24, and the Spurs have only lost 25. So they're not that far out of that 10th spot.
Right.
Because right now Sacramento has got 24 losses. So they're really tied with Golden State, but I think they have the tiebreaker. So yeah, it's really close as far as who's going to get in the playoffs in the West.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, it's funny how like the whole that play-in game's got people talking about who's going to go, who's got a shot, but meanwhile the top 4 seeds no one cares about. Like, oh yeah, they're in.
Oh yeah. OKC is definitely in. I'm surprised about Houston this year out of all teams, and Memphis, and because Denver's 4th right now, and you would figure maybe they're just coasting. Maybe they're doing they're just doing enough just to get by.
Right.
Because Jokic is having a great fucking year. He's like one of his best years stat wise, but so is SGA, Shai Joseph Alexander. He's killing it right now.
Yeah.
To be honest, all this is coming from what I hear from Bill.
I heard things.
Anyway, yeah, crazy. I mean, it's got people talking about the NBA. If anything, what's his name? Silver likes it right now. Adam Silver.
Oh yeah, they always do that. They always kind of like do some sort of headline, make a splash during the Super Bowl week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's that. Well, that's because this is like the trade week. There's the deadline coming up.
Is it deadline? Oh.
Yeah, that's why there's always that during Super Bowl week. In fact, Bill was talking about last week on his podcast. They should do it like the week before or like the week after, or no, the week after the Super Bowl, because like nobody's got the headlines, and they'd have it all to themselves. But at least they did it before the media day, right? Which is usually what, like Thursday, the Super Bowl
No,
media day.
no, it normally was Tuesday, but I think last year it was Monday.
Oh, okay.
So it's early in the week. Let me get it out of the way.
Yeah, so they're getting ahead of that event.
Yeah.
All right, crazy stuff, man. Awesome. Real quick about your daughter's birthday. You said you wanted to kind of talk about it a little bit or expound on it.
I'm just saying how like the week. Yeah, I mean we actually just had a nice family dinner for her actual birthday as opposed to the party.
Yeah,
the madness of the party. So what I'm trying to say is like it feels like forever. Like her birthday's been like a whole week.
Oh, okay. So she took a page out of your book where you celebrate your whole birthday the whole month.
Yes.
Like it. Like father, like daughter.
Pretty much. It was my idea more than hers.
Hey, when they're that age, it's like every day is almost like a birthday.
Right.
How many breakdowns did they have on her birthday and during her party?
During her party, one small one.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually. That's the best you can hope for. You know what's going to
Pretty
happen. You just hope it's like minimized.
Oh yeah.
Even my daughter's 13. She saw her breakdowns too. I was like, fuck, aren't you like done doing this? I thought you outgrown this already, but nope. They still do it, man. You just hope it's not as bad as the time before. That's all. Best you can hope for. Oh yeah. So yeah, Super Bowl's coming up. You want to do any like predictions on the Super Bowl? Who do you think's gonna win?
The Chiefs.
Yeah, you think so? Fuck, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna put money on them to win because they're probably gonna win. But I'm totally rooting for. I don't know. You see that NFL memes where it's like the whole country, the outline of the country, and then they have a red dot on Kansas City, a green dot on
Philly.
yeah, Philly, and it's like who's gonna like who's rooting for the Chiefs, who's rooting for the Eagles, and who's rooting for a meteor strike, and it's like everybody else.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right? I mean, do you care who wins, or do you hope both teams lose? What's going on?
I kind of here's the crazy thing. For the narrative, I want the Chiefs to win just because they're kind of like dynasty mode right now, and it's like, hey, the Niners faced them twice and lost twice. Hey, Philly faced them twice and lost twice. They were just the team at the time,
Okay, yeah.
The team of the
the era.
The dynasty in motion. I mean, that's kind of it. Honestly, I mean, I think Mahomes is just a better quarterback than Hurts when it comes back down to quarterback play, which big games do come down to. So, I mean, yeah, if I had to bet, I'd put money on the Chiefs. I'd even put money on the over though too, because a lot of these playoff touchdowns from both sides have been like quick strikes,
Yeah, I'm thinking, maybe Chiefs money line and over. Let's see what that gets us on FanDuel. Go ahead and keep talking while I look it up.
Okay. So yeah, then like other stats, like Fangio is like 0-8 against Mahomes, which is kind of crazy considering Fangio's been a top end coordinator. And then everyone's giving up to Spagano. Is Spagnolo.
Yeah.
And guy, I mean, I remember when he was with the Rams, and the Rams were just horrific. That was after their after the waning of the Bulger years. I mean, just
oh shit, yeah,
just and he never caught on, and he was just like the solid guy. And in fact, I was even talking to a friend of mine, like saying, "Hey, that could be Shanahan and Saleh, right? They'll be the new Reed and Spagnuolo. You know, just a top flight lieutenant in the franchise,
yeah,
and go from there." And then even I listened to that Coach JB, who's a big time Niner hater, but he gives credit, like a lot of times, the whole coaching tree and this and that. Just the only two teams who have the head coach who's also the play caller, and they don't fall off when they lose assistants is the Niners, because the head coach is the play caller.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, he had some things to say about Shanahan, but in that aspect, he's in that aspect, he's right. It's like, we lost McDaniel, and that's fine, because McDaniel wasn't really a play caller. I mean, he helped with the offense, but there you go. So, I mean, I just think coaching wise and quarterback wise, it's the Chiefs. Now, if there's some fluke play, special teams, or some wild, scoop and score fumble,
or an injury,
I think that's the Chiefs. Oh yeah, injury. I don't like to talk about injuries,
but me too.
That's the type of stuff. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that could swing it Philly's way. And hey, if that happens, it's part of the game.
Right. Yeah. All right. So right now, Chiefs money line and over 48.5 gets us plus 215.
Ooh.
So I'm down for $20. Are you down for $20?
Sure.
All right. I like it. So 20 to win, 43. And we are in. All right, if we win, I'll send you your winnings. If we lose, you send me the $20.
Okay.
Nice. I think a lot of those everyone's I think one of the great things about the Super Bowl is, it's 2 weeks after the conference championships, because it gives teams time to rest and, get ready and prepare and just be totally 100% on their game for the game. But one of the worst things also is it's 2 weeks away, because it gives all the talking heads a lot of time to prognosticate and be wrong. And it's just, I don't like it. I don't like any of the media frenzy, probably because our team's been in the Super Bowl like twice in the last 5 years. And I just realized how inane and how stupid it is. And so when especially when the Niners win last year and a few years ago, like I stayed away from media as much as I fucking could about the game until the game happened. Because it like everyone could talk all they want, but it's I don't know, it's just stupid. I think it's dumb, but at the same time, that's the way it is, and so gotta live with it. All right, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's part of the whole I guess double-edged sword of it is like, the whole media circus, that's part of it now.
Yeah, and I know it's part of the it's don't hate the or no. I know that it's a necessary evil, because they want to promote it and all that and get people to watch. So I totally understand that part, or even participate when you get like the global news, like the global media in there and everything. They want everyone to engage, because the NFL wants to expand. I mean, they want to go into Europe. It's going to happen, maybe late in our lifetimes, but it will happen. There will be actual teams in there. But man, it's a laborious process right now from a fan perspective on this side.
Right.
All right, man. Anything else you'd like to bring up on this episode of Cöld Brüe Podcast?
No.
All right, cool. Thank you for downloading yet again another Cöld Brüe. I am Greg. He is Sorcerer Chromatic, and we'd like to wish you cheers.
Until next time.